Good morning, everyone. Today I wanted to talk about the new series, The Chosen. Now, I am not, I'm a Christian man, but I'm not, as devout as, others may be. But I go to, I go to church on Sundays and I enjoy going. But for what it's worth, I don't really watch shows or documentaries and stuff on Jesus because I just, it's not really my thing. So when I had heard about this show, The Chosen, I didn't necessarily care, I just heard of it. It seemed like it was pretty cool, well done and directed and whatnot. So I was just like, it's pretty cool. And my girl ended up watching it and she told me, you really should check out this show. It's really well done. It's like Game of Thrones with Jesus. There's definitely not as much killing like Game of Thrones, but it's just the drama in it is very, very good. Some of the episodes definitely got me felt like tears were coming on, if you know what I mean. But yeah, it's literally about the life of Jesus, Jesus of Nazareth, and it mostly follows his disciples and the men that ended up following Jesus. It's amazing. They have Simon, Matthew, Andrew, the main his main disciples, and then they show him finding like Mary of Magdalene and casting out demons from her, and they show him feeding the 5,000. They just showed that in this new third season, turning the water into wine. It's a really great show showing the human side of Jesus. It's just really something. What's his name? Jonathan Romy. He's the guy that's playing Jesus, and a lot of people are giving that shit because you're not supposed to, have an embodiment of Christ or see you never should have someone playing Jesus Christ or some shit. But that's Old Testament talk right there. But he plays a very good Jesus. He plays a very personable, likable, human Jesus. And I think that it's a beautiful thing to be able to have someone take on that role with the passion and the love for Jesus that he obviously has. And his portrayal and depiction of Jesus is just awesome. It is just very great. It's a very good. I couldn't think of anyone else. I'm not gonna sit here and name off random actors that I think could play a good Jesus, but this guy is definitely number one. He did it. Because nowadays, we got to do whatever we can to bring people to God or bring people to Jesus. Church isn't always going to cut it, and that's a lot of people's basic way of just showing their faith is by going to church. But this show and everyone that is taking part in it, all the directors, apparently it's written by three. The script has three influences, Christian and Catholic, from helping the director write the script. Dallas Jenkins. It's a Messianic rabbi from the Fusion Global Ministries, Catholic priest. His name is Father David, and a professor of the New Testament at Biola University, which is pretty freaking sick. I know a lot of people talk about Biola, and I know actually some people that go and work there, so that's pretty cool. And it's just amazing to draw that he is able to draw that creative inspiration from those guys. And it's just a trip. It really is something. It really is something to watch. But yeah, I think that people should watch this show, and I think that some people probably would get a lot more out of this show than going to church, than trying to do something basic, dare I say. But like I said, I've never really been one to push religion on anybody. I've never been one to really put, my faith first. But I have as of late, and it feels really good. And watching this show felt good. It was very awesome. The guy portraying Jesus, gives so much human and emotion and just love, and just from this portrayal, it's amazing. The episodes are like 50 minutes long, and so much goes down, or so much happens with different characters or the Romans, and it's very well done. For something coming out like this, it's already on the third season, so the episodes are all free, so you can watch them all. But it's just a very, very cool thing, to have. And it shows how, Jesus rising to who he was supposed to be, how hard it was and how much people went through that believed in him, and how hard people were prosecuted by either their own people or their own, faith leaders, and how they didn't believe that Jesus Christ was the son of, God, and all that stuff. It's just so cool. It's so cool. You have like the Pharisees and all the priests that just, some that did believe in him and that were starting to follow him, others that questioned him, and others that literally banished him. I mean, it's a very real telling. It becomes so personable. It becomes so, you just feel it in your heart. I don't really know how to explain it, because I've never felt it before, and I've never seen. I remember watching like cartoons when I was a kid. They had all these like cool Christian cartoons and stuff, and my Nana's a Jehovah's Witness, and so I mean I've had religion really heavy in my family. We were raised Catholic, and then born again Christians and everything. I got rebaptized a couple months ago, so I mean it is very interesting to see this and to have these feelings, because I've never felt them before. And as a kid, I used to I just pray that church would be over, because I just wanted to go out and play. Or if I had to watch these cartoons, like, yeah, they were fun, but they weren't, it wasn't Power Rangers, it wasn't even Sesame Street. But that was just, I know those are two completely different sides of childhood TV, but, I mean, it just wasn't my thing. And as I've gotten older, I feel that my faith has strengthened. And it is what everybody will have to go through at some point, and some people don't really care about faith and stuff, and that's fine. They'll find their own in time, but we all need something to believe in, at the end of the day. And there's just so much going on right now that the devil, I guess, is in the details, as my mom says, because there's just, our world is hurting, and people are hurting, and people are fighting and hurting each other, and God loves all of us, and Jesus died for all of us. And, I believe that this show is going to change lives, and I believe that this show is helping people understand that. And for what it's worth, yeah, it's a fantastic show. It's just so well done. The sets are great. The characters are fantastic. The character development is fantastic. How the characters rise and fall and rise again. How they feel betrayed. How they feel anger and loss, only to feel new again and to feel whole again. And it's amazing. It really is a journey, and it really is a beautiful just telling. And I thank the Christian man Dallas Jenkins. So thank you, Dallas. He's done such a fantastic job. I cannot wait to see what happens next, because, season 3 just wrapped up. He did the feeding of the 5,000, and he walked on water. I haven't really seen the first 2 seasons all the way through, because I came in, unfortunately, at season 3. My girl wanted to go see the season finale in theaters, so we watched, we caught up, and then we went to go see it, and it's fantastic. So I'll probably go back and, check out the first 2 seasons here and there, so I can, get the whole story, because she's only showed me some scenes and an episode or 2, of course, like the hit ones and the main important ones. But, I wouldn't mind watching it from the beginning, like I said, because it's just that good of a show, and it's that engaging, and it's that fun. But yeah, so The Chosen, check it out. If not, that's fine, I understand. But it is definitely a very fantastic show on its own merit. All the actors are great. Everyone plays their roles to perfection. And, I think that people could get a lot more out of this show than simply just going to church on Sundays. But, this has been Ghostin' to Craig. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.
He who has ears to hear, let him hear.